Hello, my dear dark ones. Welcome to my channel. This is a personal YouTube reading, order number 1512. And you asked me to just see whatever comes to me. You want to know everything. You want to know everything in regards to your power, or if someone is contacting you or someone wants to work with you. This is my favorite type of readings, when you are very open to receive everything. And I'm so excited to actually be starting with your palms. As usual, I will be starting with your right palm because it represents your destiny, and all of your gifts and abilities are written there, and you actually have so much going on there. I'm very excited. Also, this scarab bracelet is so amazing. Like, I really like it. I really like this. And also the Nazars. This is the protection form. It's an interesting sign that represents like blue-eyed people, because in the 11th century, like people, when a lot of like blue-eyed people start appearing out of nowhere, like coming into like normal lives of normal people, and back then like majority of people had like brown eyes, so blue-eyed people were perceived as the people who worked with demons, like the demonic creatures, because they have like unusual eyes. So since then, the Nazar eyes, like this Nazar became like an amulet from hex or evil eye. I really don't think you need it because you're extremely protected, but I like that you connected with this, because usually people who are connected with this Nazar symbol, those are the gifted ones, and those are the ones who actually have the ability to give the hex or evil eye. So you kind of like protecting from something that you can do yourself, which is very very funny, but I really like it. Like, it's like subconsciously you already know who you are. And when I look at your palm, the first thing I actually see is how powerful it is, how much power it has, and even the way your fingers are attached to your palm, it shows me that you have a very unusual soul, like a very rebellious soul, and soul of a Lucifer. So you're very connected to darkness, you're very connected to the underworld, you are not scared to dare and to do like crazy things. You are definitely a daydreamer, you are amazing. Like, definitely you're a witch. Like, I don't have to tell it to you because you probably know. You're already connected with your inner witch, and you're working your magic. You know who you are. Like, you feel and you sense it. Also, I see that you are extremely balanced. You are grounded, yet you know how to go to the astral light and to manifest the things that you want. A lot of things in your life comes very hard to you. It's because it's actually, this is your this is the finger that's responsible for that. It tells me that you have to struggle with everything, with like tiny little details of your life, even to do like grocery shopping. There's always something goes wrong, and people stare at you. You always attract like weird people, and maybe that's why you are protecting yourself subconsciously on this level, that you know that you sometimes can't control who you interact with. And you're a curious soul. You're curious about many things. You're curious about human origin. You're curious about different like religions, cultures. You are a vagabond, a traveler. You're supposed to like see the world, like the full world. Like, you in this lifetime, you're supposed to see more than 200 countries for sure. This is your destiny, and the more you travel, the better. Also, by your destiny, I see that the first thing, that the crazy things that I see on your palm, it's non-existing love line. So it means you're not meant for anything normal. You're not meant for any normal relationship. So the more you struggle with love, it's just because you're trying to fit in, and you're trying to kind of like find people and trying to have like normal relationships, which are not for you. Part of you being a witch means that you are meant to experience love on a different level. It's like you're supposed to only date people who are as crazy as you, who are ambitious as you, people who are as magical as you. You're not supposed to date anyone normal. You're not supposed to date for long period of time. You are supposed to have one person, like one soul, that is forever attached to you on this planet, someone from your past lives, and you know this person is probably this person already in your life. Like, you have this crazy connection. It's somewhat similar to twin flames, but you guys not supposed to be together. There is always should something come up, so you always like separated. Maybe someone is taken, someone is married, or even one person is going through divorce, the other person is taken. So there's always something like separating you, but the connection is real, and you always feel this person. This person should be always on your mind and your heart. It's like if this person doesn't exist, you cannot exist, and it all comes from your past lives. Another crazy thing, that you are supposed to be dating a lot of people. You're supposed to be in love. There is a given, there is like unlimited amount of partners in your life. Like each line here represents a person that's supposed to be in love with you. So you see how many lines you have, and it could be different people from like different genders, different age group, like literally like everything is different. You don't have a type. You're supposed to be, you know, this beautiful goddess who gives love to anyone who is not scared to approach you, because you are very you're very interesting, even though you're probably going through a lot in your life, but you don't notice how powerful you are. You don't notice how people react to you. You don't notice how much, you know, how much energy you have, how much like this crazy power that you give out to the world. And I think you are underestimating yourself. I think you don't believe in yourself. I think you don't even think that you're worthy of crazy things that's supposed to happen to you. And that's why you stop in all of this progress. And that's why you stop in your spirit guides and your demons and your angels and the deities that come in to work with you, because you don't believe in yourself enough. My dear one, you are the high priestess. I agree with you that you shouldn't be using your first name, and I don't like your nickname as well. It doesn't suit you. The nickname is actually represents your spirit totem animal, one of them. You also have a lion, you have a dragon, and you have a snake. And the scarab should be your amulet for protection. Scarab is also imprinted in your aura. So this is something that connects you with ancient Egypt and your like life as a priestess in a temple of Horus. And you had an incarnation as a priestess in a temple of Hathor, and you worked for Isis. It was a male reincarnation. You were a male priest, and when you were been working in the temple of Isis, you actually been the one who were helping with the soul to pass away. So one of the spells in the Egyptian Book of the Dead is written by you. So you know how to help people who passed away to go to other realm, to like reincarnate, or to go to wherever they want to go. So obviously you're a medium, and it goes with everything that you experience. Like you probably experience shadows, spirits, spirits talking. You see visions, you see crazy dreams. You see like crazy things around other people. It's like sometimes you see people that they don't even look like people, and you're confused because you don't know what you're seeing, but you're actually seeing the true nature of the entity in front of you. Some people, they are actually like half demons or half gods, or like demigods, nephilims, like aliens. All of this you can see in people in front of you. So you are this crazy seer, like an oracle, that have the ability to see every person, every entity as they are, like the true like spirit, true form. And because of that, sometimes you get scared. I think you think you're imagining things, or you get scared easily, but you're not. Your vision is very clear, and you are who you are, and that's why you have the access to all of this. Another interesting line that you have is actually here. So this line connects you. At some point of your life, you're supposed to come into your power. You're supposed to be serious at what you do. You're probably already practicing, because like having this much power in such a crazy aura, it's impossible if you don't practice. So at one day you have to take your practice to the next level. You have to actually become extremely serious. You have to become like you have to take this, you know, decision when you are choosing if you're dedicating your whole life to the occult, or if you're trying to fit in. So the moment you dedicate your whole life to occult, you will feel drastic change in your like health. So your body might suffer. So it's going to take you a few months to come back to your essence. A lot of things going to change in your body, even the way you look. So when witch comes to her power, she transforms. So you will be coming through this crazy transformation, like a chemical process of transformation in its purest form. So like physically you're going to look different. Your ability is going to grow to the next level, and the health problem that you had will go away. But for this transformation, you actually need to help yourself to go through it easily. So you have to be very healthy. super healthy diet, working out, spending a lot of time by, for example, by going walking. So you need to walk at least like 5 to 10 kilometers per day in order to go through this transformation, because it's very physical. And it's going to be hard, but it's something that your soul requires in order to come to the power. Also, this transformation is going to bring you to wealth and success that you deserve. You're actually meant to be famous, and you have like crazy like lines that shows me that you're supposed to be famous, but they are not yet connected to each other, because you are questioning a lot of things. And the moment you go through this transformation and you take your like business seriously and your like practice seriously, that's it. The transformation will be over, and all of these things supposed to come to you very easy. I see that you have like an amazing sign that tells me that you are an ancient soul, an ancient witch. You've been practicing usually, you know, like witches, they practice different branches of magic. In your case, always you've been practicing dark magic. Your darkness shines through in this lifetime as well. You are connected like heavily to the dark gods. You connected to Hades, you connected to Lucifer. I see that you connected to Baal, Moloch, Baphomet. You connected to different demons of lesser ranks. They come to you as messengers. You are connected to Persephone and Arachne. You are connected to alchemy, to the purest like magic of alchemy, like transformation through, you know, like probably you touched the philosopher's stones in one of your past lives, and that's why you know it's real. You are connected to all of these like ancient relics, like elixir of life. You know, I think in one of your past lives, you had the reincarnation as a Knight Templar, and you've been dealing with relics. You've been hunting these relics down and bringing them back. And I think one of the relics was lost because you kept it. You couldn't let it go. And that's the fascination with ancient things, like beautiful ancient things in this lifetime as well. You are connected to Anubis. Anubis has a mark like the Anubis beak on your palm, and it's connected to the part when it shows me that you supposed to work with astrology more closely, and especially Egyptian astrology. I see that you are sometimes suffering from some kind of like sicknesses and diseases. This is all has to do with you having too much energy that you don't give out to other people. You are born energy healer, but it's not something that you're supposed to do, because you're supposed to heal through your demons, through your spirits that come to you. It's like you have like a lot of this shamanic energy in you, like shamanic practices. One of the coolest parts of your marks, like one of the interesting marks that you have is actually this one. You have this on your palm, a little bit different, like this one. This is the Berber sign from ancient Africa, from one of the tribes there. It represents the ability to find your way back home in a desert. Like when you, for example, when you're lost in a desert and you don't know where to go, they use the signs to see through the stars, like through this opening to find the way. So you are a person who always know how to find the way for yourself and for others. And you had a connection with ancient Egypt and of course like ancient Africa, like magic of ancient Africa and magic of ancient lands, like ancient Arabia as well. Ancient Greek gods are always with you, and you might even benefit from learning a little bit of Greek, so you can use like Greek words in your spells and magic. You have two marks, like two rings of Morgana, so which tells me that you have two guardian demons that are still following you. Probably you already know their names, like you connected with them. You have an interesting soul that was attached to you on the day you were born, like physically. So one of your ancestors gave you a gift of a seeing, like a gift of working with spirits, and he attached this like tiny soul of a child that always follows you, and this child helps you to actually to connect with the realm of spirits. You have interesting crazy mark that shows me the gates of the underworld, so you have the access to the underworld, so you can see people there, you can see spirits there, you can come and go as freely as you want, but you're not allowed to stay more than 3 minutes. So make sure when you go to the underworld, when you look for answers, like be very quick, don't spend too much time there. You have like amazing mark of the witch here, and it's very complicated mark. Usually the mark of the witch is a simple star, like star of a star. Your star is actually entangled with the Orion belt, Mark. So you are a witch that comes from the Orion belt, like literally from the Orion. So you are the witch that has the power of an ancient deity, because in ancient Egypt they always assumed that this Orion belt had to be connected with the gods who came to Egypt. So you are the goddess, you are the divine, and that's why all of these entities and deities, all of them, they come into you, and because you're one of them. So if I would describe you in one word, I would say that you are you are not like even Nephilim, you are demigod, demigoddess, if it's a word. So this is what I see on your right palm, and this is the palm that represents your abilities and gifts that were given to you on the day you were born. The left palm tells me what do you do in your life, like what do you choose to do in your life. And your left palm is also very interesting. So the first thing I see that when it comes to your love life and when it comes to your health, you don't follow your destiny whatsoever. You are actually healthier than it's supposed to be by destiny. I think that you sometimes heal yourself, and I think that you know that you have this like powers and abilities. You even know that you can talk to animals, like you sense so much, and sometimes you can understand what it is you're sensing. And there are so many entities that talk into you on a daily basis, but sometimes you don't understand who is next to you, who is present, who is talking to you. You are like, you know, I don't want to call you empath, because even though you sense so much and you see so much, but you know how to not take these energies to you. You know how to protect yourself, and you know when someone is trying to use you, you know how to close yourself. And even though you learn it the hard way, but yet you are protected. You have the demonic ladder, which tells me that you are protected because one of the ancestors is also protecting you. But the only thing that can happen to you is when you allow people to harm you, when you allow like the hex come into your life. It's like when you questioning something, or when you projecting this hex or negativity into you, this is when it comes to you. No one can harm you, no one can hex you, you're protected. Even if you work with demons, you're not supposed to be scared, you are heavily protected. You will be having interesting future, because I see like many opportunities are given to you. The opportunities in the realm of spiritual growth, because you have like another eye of the Odin, and you have the eye of the Horus again on your future. And it tells me that spiritually you will grow and you will transform 3 more times before you fully come into your power. So you will have to go through like a lot of like questions and answers, through transformations, through like personal journey that's gonna take you to places where you need to be, and it's gonna lead you to meet people that you need to have in your life. And a lot of interesting things are supposed to happen to you if you let it happen, if you kind of come out from your shell and see the world. You know, you hermiting too much. I see that your lines are very hidden, so you hid yourself, you hide yourself from the world, from everything, like from magic that it has for you. And you should go out much, you should like explore more, you should believe in yourself more, and you should like have more fun with yourself. You have the crystal of Atlantis mark on you. Like the crystal of Atlantis tells me that you had an incarnation in Atlantis, and it's actually very interesting. Like this crystal is it's the middle part of 3 other symbols that are like kind of put together in a beautiful mess, which becomes like an amazing symbol or sigil. You know, I recommend you to study sigils and to work with sigils if you're already not doing that, because your majority of your palm marks are actually sigils. They're not even marks. It's like someone craved them into your palm. Since the day you were born, someone made sure that the sigils are always engraved on your palm. So when you work with something, your palms becomes very protective. It's like you can protect yourself from anything negative just by raising your hand and like saying, oh, please, like, don't tell me this, or stop, or this. It's just like by having your palm in front of a person, you stop it, all the negativity from them, and you stop like anything that might come from them. it's like a Hamsa sign, you know, if you just have your palm in front of you, you're already protected. So sometimes when you have like negative conversation and you sit in front of a person, and the person, for example, you guys share a table, so under the table you can put your palm in front of you and like guard yourself from a person, and it's going to be enough for you to protect yourself from negative energy or anything that you feel you don't want to have in your life from this people or from this person. This Atlantis crystal, it's in the middle of the Da Vinci mark. Da Vinci mark shows me that you are very creative and you're supposed to leave legacy behind. So literally whatever Da Vinci did, he left like so much interesting like books, paintings, like articles. His knowledge is insane. You're supposed to do something like this. You're supposed to leave like crazy legacy behind. So you're supposed to write and you're supposed to create something in order to this creation to live longer than you. Another interesting mark that attached to your Atlantis symbol is the mark of, first of all, demonic ladder, that the mark of protection, and the prophetic mark. Prophetic mark used to believe to be found on the palm of Jesus Christ. So you have the ability to talk to people in a way that he did. You have the ability to heal through your words and through your power. And you have the ability to create some kind of new dogma for people, like new religion. And people will follow you if you choose the path of speaking, if you choose to guide them and lead them. Another interesting mark that you have, of course, you have like pyramids of Giza, because this is how you connected with ancient Egypt. You have a flower mark. The flower marks means that you are supposed to be very lucky in this lifetime. You're born under a lucky star, but all the luck should come from your own manifestation. So for example, if you wish to be wealthy, you have to start manifesting wealth and abundance. If you want to be in love, you have to manifest like love, maybe do like love ritual or love spell. It could be yours, it could be something that you buy online. It doesn't matter. The moment you do it yourself, like that's what you need. You have the mark that represents infinity. This mark connects with your line that represents your job, and it connects with your love line and your future. So the infinity mark on the palm tells me that your soul is infinite in the way that your soul is supposed to live like longer and be always remembered. It's through something that you do by work. So by work, again, like I told you, the legacy that you should leave behind, it should be something of the occult nature. So the more serious you take your work, the more you're going to be remembered by it. And there are things that you should do that are going to make you famous and like celebrity in this field of occult. On this palm of yours, actually, the mark that represents famous, like you becoming like famous and wealthy, is actually all connected. So it means this is something that you have in your mind. You're probably very ambitious and you know what you want to bring into the world. Like you have this purpose, you feel this purpose, and you already know what it is. So the more you work on it, the more you spread it, the better it is for you. You are connected to every entity and deity that ever existed on this planet and other realms. For you, you don't even have to choose one specific deity. You can work with many of them. And they're always changing. Judging by your energy, they change with you. So for example, if you want to work with Hades and you start working, he will come like right away. But then the moment you sense that you guys done, you don't need him anymore and you want to move on, for example, to work with like demons, you can work with any other demon. And it's all about you being connected to all of them since you practice, since ancient times, since multiple reincarnations that you had as a witch, like ancient witch, and because you practice so much. Another thing, you have very unusual mark. I'm not even gonna show it how it looked like, but you've been marked by the devil. It's a very interesting mark. In medieval times, a witch like you would be burned on stake for this mark, but it also tells me that you are definitely the witch who can do like pacts with Satan or pacts with devil, and you can do it for yourself and you can do it for people. You have the ability to tie a soul to a specific entity in order for the soul to receive the riches, like whatever they want. It's very rare. I think you're the second person actually see with this mark, so make sure that this is something that you consider to do in the future, because it's a good gift, honestly. Another sigil that you have here, again, it's an Ottoman symbol, ancient it's ancient symbol that became known during the Ottoman Empire. So this is the symbol of a warrior, a symbol of someone who can take on like crazy tasks and achieve results. So literally the warrior. So for you, where there is like no war, you don't feel like fulfilled. Like there's always should be something to overcome for you to feel alive and to go forward. If you have like too much peace, it becomes boring. You're not the type of person who is good when it's a lot of routine. You always need something interesting happening in your life in order for you to move on, actually. And this shows me that you are connected with your ancestors, you are connected with your higher self. You're actually more powerful than I think you even think you are, because you are connected to literally everything that has ever existed on planet Earth. You are one of these, you know, like special souls that know everything without even understanding where the knowledge is coming from. It's like you always, like Cassandra, she always knew everything, but no one believed her. So you're the same. You know everything, but no one listens to you, no one believes you, because you probably look younger than your age and you don't know how to like to speak out. Sometimes you hiding and you don't want to be like seen push or something, and because of that, like people don't believe you. But in the end, you are always right, and this is incredible. But I think you should keep it for people who are actually willing to pay to you, so in the future when you have clients, you can predict the future just for them, for people who actually pay you, for people who actually believe in you. I also want to see tarot. What tarot can tell us about you, because you're such an interesting soul. I even want to see how the tarot is connecting with you. I'm choosing this deck because it's such a dark and unique deck, like your soul, and I really want to see what this deck specifically will show me. This is interesting. The first card, Ace of Shekinah. This is one of my favorite cards because in the underworld, this card represents people who are governed by fallen angels. It's literally when you stay in the underworld, like you always have this guardian demon who has his wings all over you and no one can see or access you without your permission. So for example, if you ever will go to a reading and you see that the reader can read you, it means subconsciously you're not given a permission, you're staying like close because you don't feel connected to the person, or you don't like the energy, or like something wrong and you don't feel connected. And that's what makes you very interesting person to read for. So you either like extremely open like a child, or you can be so close that like impossible to see anything. Which is, I think, is amazing, because being a witch, like you don't want to give out like everything about you. Like, you always want to be protected, because like you don't know, if you feel subconsciously that you don't like a reader, it means maybe they jealous of you, or maybe they cannot see you, because you know it takes someone as unique, as powerful as you to read for you. And if the person in front of you is not ready, or they're not like studied enough to read you, maybe that's why you don't let them to see you. Two of Mages. Also very interesting card. Of course, it talks about magic, and it also talks about not looking back. You know, the moment you look back, because this is the story of Sodom from the Bible. So these two cities were put into so much sin, so the God decided send angels to destroy them, and he saved only one family, and he said, you have to leave the city, but on the way back, don't you dare to look back. And one of the people looked back, I think it was a woman, and the moment she saw what was happening, how the city was destroyed by fire, so she turned into salt. And for you, this card represents that in order to come into your magical abilities, to your power, to your sense, to your like inner witch, you shouldn't look back. Past has happened because it was a lesson for you, and nothing like that gonna happen again. Don't look back, don't think of it, like remove it from your life and move, like start from the clean state, like from clean page, and don't even ever talk to anyone about your past. You are being reborn, and this is what's important for you in order to come to your power. Knight of Shekinah tells me that religion should be something that you learn from scratch. It's like you have to, if you into religion, any type of religion, you have to approach it from a new perspective. You have to kind of read it with the eyes open. If you read the Bible or any other book, like religious book, read it with the eyes open, because there are some information that is beneficial for you, but it's also, there is like so much more hidden and so much more that like untold there. Like you can see through pages that some information that it's off. Five of Mages, Kabbalah. This card usually tells me that maybe you should look into Kabbalah, because this is what it represents. And this is, of course, something that is very interesting because it connects with symbology, astrology, like magic, ancient types of divinations. It's interesting, like spiritual religion, I would say, that something to do with your soul, like the things that you might unlock by dwelling into Kabbalah, like going into discovering Kabbalah for yourself. The world. You feel like the world is closed for you, but it's always like, it looks like a neck, it's always turning. So the world is open, so you have to travel. Put this idea in your mind that you're supposed to travel and you're supposed to live somewhere far away. The Chariot. You are stopping yourself from a growth. And I think, like, you know, this is the first two cards that are major arcana. They are powerful cards, like one of my favorite ones. They are reversed because you stop in yourself, because you don't believe in yourself yet. And I think this is the time when you actually have to take this decision, if you're serious about what you do, or if you need more time. If you need more time, maybe nothing gonna change. But if you're serious, like the change, like amazing change is coming to you. Knight of Mages, this is who you are. Eliphaz Levi. I think the cards, like, they are so literary today. This card represents the works of Eliphaz Levi. So I think you need to do your research on him and maybe read one of his books. Ace of Alchemist represents this dragon. Interesting dragon that represents like alchemical knowledge. You see, this is dragon like a warrior with a human head and the connection to the moon. So I think you have connection to the night, to the darkness, to fire, to moon, to alchemical knowledge. There is something in you that is so pure that your soul is already remembering. It's just like to put all these pieces back together requires you so much knowledge, because you spend too much time like wondering about things that are not supposed to be in your life, and now you have to unlearn everything and put it back together. And there is a lot of help that's going to come to you from your spirit guides, so don't worry, everything's going to be amazing. The last card is actually from the bottom of the deck, the Lovers. Love is coming to you. Even though I was asking about your gifts and abilities, I think a lot of these cards, they actually wanted to tell you the future. They wanted to show you the good things that are coming to you, especially like having the Lovers, major arcana again, in the reading that dedicated to your powers. I think someone special is coming. Like someone as magical as you, someone as crazy as you, someone as unusual as you. So make sure you're ready to receive this person. This is literally how the relationship's supposed to look like, to, you know, to win over this like huge creature together, like one saving each other all the time. Like amazing dark love story awaits you. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to a candle wax and see if there's like any messages for you from the universe, the underworld, the deities that contacting you, like anything that's supposed to come. And of course for you, I'm using a black candle because you are such a dark witch. So I want to see what kind of messages we will receive today for you. And the first thing that came to my mind is your name. Choose a name that connected to ancient deities. Interesting, candle stopped. So that was finished message. It stopped again. Okay. I get it, I understand. So I think for me, it tells me that there are no messages that you should to hear from me, because all of the messages that you're supposed to receive, they're supposed to come directly to you because you're ready. You're ready to communicate with all of the spirits and entities that are around you, and you don't need anyone else's help in order to decipher the messages. So I'm not asking anymore for any messages. I just want to see if there's like something that you should concentrate on at the moment. I'm gonna use this candle because this candle was present during the reading, so it kind of like got all of this energy. And it's heard everything, so let's see what's gonna come. I think the candle wax is showing me that you need more time. You need more time to decide who you truly are. You need more time to do this, groundwork of preparation to what's coming to you. And I think you're serious about your future. You're serious about to acknowledging who you are, and you're ready to do all of these things. It's just you are missing like tiny details, like few parts, like for example, name and your sigil, your logo, the idea of what you're going to be talking about, like what message you want to share with the world, because you have too much on your mind. You are remembering and experiencing so much. You have the access to the astral light, and sometimes you get messages coming from there, and they look like you're receiving some kind of like images that you can't even translate. And the images sometimes don't make sense to you. They could be like art form, sacred geometry, or just like beautiful places. You have two people in your life that's supposed to be far, far away from you. You should let them go, and you should maybe move away if you have an ability, if you have an opportunity to actually move away from them. Because these people, they really want to be next to you, like close to you, but they're like energy vampires draining your power. You shouldn't be there next to them. It's so interesting. It looks like a boat to me, and this boat will save you. You know what? It's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but my dear, you need to do ritual for initiation, self-initiation. You know, in ancient times, they believed that you have to cross the river that takes you to the underworld, and you have to pay the person, the god that takes you there. And it should be done on a boat. I think the reason why candles like don't talk to me when it comes to you, because you need to self-initiate yourself into the magic that once you used to know and you used to practice. This is the time that you actually do a ritual for you to come into your ancient Egyptian power and wisdom, and connect to the ancient Egyptian gods and demons, and let them take you where you need to be. Initiate. If you don't know how to do it yourself, find someone who can initiate you into this magic. It's very important. This is the only thing you need to do in the next month, and this is the only thing that you should concentrate, like spiritually speaking. Nothing else is there. It's like you're ready to do everything that I do. You're just perfect. Your energy is perfect, balance, like everything is there. It's just you need to initiate yourself, and that's all that's missing. Which is amazing, I think, because you already know everything. So good luck. And next month, don't work with fire, like avoid. You can like light candles, but don't work with fire. If you do spells, work with water, because there is something off with you in fire. I think that you don't connect it yet, because your guardian demons are testing you for the next month. Other than that, everything is amazing. You are awesome, and You are just so crazy powerful. I'm very proud of you, and good luck with everything on your magical journey. I know you're gonna go like far and you're gonna reach like crazy places. So good luck with that, and thank you so much.